All right. So in the last video, I showed you how to take an jar file, basically take your code, and output jar file in clips, and then from that jar file, you wrap it as an exe, uh, which we did here, and then we added a GRE, which is basically the Java runtime environment, which allows the exe to run, and also all the necessary files, additional files that's just related to my own project as an example, but you might not even have additional files. So now, how do you professionally combine everything into a installer? So there is something online called Eno Setup in Compiler, which is a free program. So basically, this program, you can just open the link and you can download, choose the release, and I'm sure you can navigate that. So um, after you download InnoSetup installer, so the compiler, uh, you open it. You have all the files that we did from last video, which I'll have linked in the description. So basically, uh, you choose a new script using the script limit. Basically, this is a basically a script file where you like basically write the code and add the files and everything that's gonna be used to download uh, uh, the program, all the files and the GRE and the exe in itself into the right locations. So it has a code. Basically, you can write the code yourself or a GUI script with it. So I choose the script with it, and then okay. Uh, yep, next. Here, application name, you just say whatever. So here it be YouTube bit. Application version is whichever application version belongs to your application, company, uh, website. So here, let's say for example, Fusion layout, channel's name. Next, okay, here, this is the destination base folder. So it could be the programs files folder, which is basically the if you have, for example, a PC and a Windows, you'd have a programs folder. So this is the programs files folder, which where the applications would be installed. You can also modify this into a custom one and then specify. But generally, you would want to do this as program files folder. Then the application folder name, basically, what will the folder inside the program's files be called? So here, for example, I have Audacity, and the file is called Audacity. So right, if I called it YouTube vid, the new file would be called YouTube vid if I installed program here. So the application folder, yep, you can choose these stuff. Here you can choose if the application doesn't need a folder, but I generally do not suggest you tick this box. Uh, Application main executable file. So basically, you have to specify the exe, and then we have that exe in our desktop and in the test folder. Spid. This is the exe selected. Uh, then you need to add all the GRE folder and the EXEs and stuff. I mean, sorry, not the exe. The the additional files that accompany your specific program. So here, if we say test, so basically you can only do by folder, and if you here decide, for example, test folder, right? Then the YouTube video .exe would be added into those additional files on the image setting. So what you want to do is basically create a new folder containing all the files that you want in to be added. So, so we'd say this we'll name this folder, for example, email setup folder or installer folder, or name it whatever you want. And then we will copy all the data, all the files that we want and folders that we want to be inside the installer. So here I'm going to copy, and then I will paste it inside the new folder. Now when I select, I'm going to select this folder, which has the GRE and the files that I need, and then OK. And then you want the subfolders and all the subfiles to be included, so you click yes. Right? So basically, you set up a folder, and then the asterisk, it worked. The asterisk means just basically everything uh, inside the folder, and the folders inside those folders, and so on, recursively. So next, application file type name, application file type extension. We don't need that. Create a shortcut minutes in the start. Yeah, this is okay. But you can also have the user change it. So allow user to change the start menu folder name, allow user to save start menu folder creation, create an internet shortcut in the start, and create in the start menu. So we can do this, and we can do uh, this. Other shortcuts to the main allow user to create a desktop shortcut. Yep. So basically, this is all allowing different things. Next, if you have a licensed file, you can add this as form of a txt file. Also, you can add .txt files to any of these by pressing browse and choosing the file. Here you can have which type of privilege the user can have to install on the computer. So basically, if the admin is, for example, the client, sorry, is an admin of a company, and he or the IT who have certain privileges are only allowed to install on those computers, then you would choose um, administrative only install mode. If it's simply someone anyone could download it. For example, if it's something like Google Chrome where anyone can download it on any computer, then uh, you can choose this non-administrative install mode, install for current user only. Or you can simply choose this, allow us users to choose the install mode at startup. So basically, this is the default. If you tick this, even if this one is highlighted, the user can still change it and be, to a non-administrative. So you have to be careful. Next, the languages of the installer itself, not of your program. So you can select all. So basically, any language can be used to install your program, but not but that does not specify anything about your Java program language itself. Uh, Custom compiler output folder. So basically, where the file will be. So we'll just have it on our desktop. Okay. And then the compiler, the installer name. So it's defaulted as my setup, but you can have it as any file name. So we can say, for example, YouTube vid installer. Here you can have a custom setup icon. Again, the installer icon, not the program itself. You can have a setup password, which basically means only your client or only someone with the password is going to be able to download your application, and this is a very useful thing, especially if you're, for example, going to give this out for money, and then you'd expect uh, only certain people to be able to use this installer to download your application. Next and finish. And then so basically the setup wizard, the script wizard, basically wrote all the script, the code that you needed. And then it asks if you want to compile the new script. So yes, generally I would like to save the script. So it's an Inno setup script ISS. We'll save it in test as well. So we'll call it YouTube vid script. Save. And now it's saved, and now uh, the script is running to create the installer, which we will see in a moment. So I will pause the video until it's finished, and then I will show you the installer file. Okay, so now the script has run successfully, and we should have an installer file in our test folder. And yes, we do. Oh, wait, we downloaded it here. Yep, in our desktop. So here it is, the installer, the .exe. So when I run this, you can choose install for all users, which require administrative privileges, or install for me only. So for example, I choose only for me, language English, or I can choose any other language. This is again the setup wizard language. So select that to use during the installation. So English. Next. Uh, so where do you want to install it, right? Uh, Here in this case, it's going to be in the local programs and app data local programs YouTube vid. And this is because I chose to only download this program locally on my user only, not on all users. If I chose the all users, it's going to be in the C/program files, as I mentioned. But since it's only without administrative privileges, you can only have it in folders such as this, and not in the programs files folder, which only takes for basically the one with administrative privileges, the old users. Next, the startup menu folder, you can call it vid, you can change it, you can create desktop shortcut. Next, and install. So now it's basically copying all the files inside of it onto the folder location in the correct format. And then it asks to launch, finish, such as any installer. And as you can see, it works fine. So it works great. And if we open the file location, we'll see that it is in. You will see that it is in uh, um, the um, the folder location that was mentioned. Now with the files and the GRE, so it works fine. Also, you can uninstall it from here. Yes. So it adds an uninstall feature by itself from the script. So this is how you basically add, uh, you package your Java program professionally. First, you wrap it as an exe, and then using enum setup compiler, you you basically create an install file, which you can then send to your client very professionally.